Thousands of years ago, a group of our earliest ancestors walked across a plain of wet volcanic ash. They couldn't have known that their journey would be immortalized, preserved in stone for millions of years. But what they left behind was more than just a trail of footprints. They left us a story etched in the earth, a story of fear, of survival, and of the enduring power of connection. Imagine the scene. A vast, open landscape, freshly blanketed in soft gray ash from a nearby volcanic eruption. A light rain is falling, turning the ash into a clay-like mud. It's here, in what we now call Tanzania, that these ancient hominins, Australopithecus afarensis to be precise, made their trek. These weren't quite humans as we know them, but they were a crucial link in our evolutionary chain, walking upright on two legs, just like us. For decades, scientists believed only two individuals made this journey. But recent discoveries have unveiled a more complex and moving picture. There were at least 5 of them, walking in the same direction at the same pace. Let's meet this ancient group. Scientists have nicknamed them based on the size of their feet. There was the largest, likely a male, whose heavy, confident stride suggests he was leading the way. Then there were 2 or 3 smaller individuals, possibly females, and at least one juvenile, their steps lighter, nestled within the group. The prints are astonishingly clear. You can see the arch of their feet, the distinct impression of their big toe, and the heel strike, all hallmarks of a bipedal creature. They were moving with a purpose, not just wandering aimlessly. The spacing between their steps tells us they were walking at a steady, unhurried pace. This wasn't a frantic escape, it was a journey. But where were they going, and why? The desire was simple, the most fundamental drive of all life: to survive. This world was a dangerous place. Towering volcanoes like the one that had just erupted reshaped the landscape without warning. The plains were home to formidable predators, saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, and massive bear dogs. Our ancestors had no fire to keep the darkness at bay, no sophisticated weapons to defend themselves, and likely only a rudimentary form of communication. Their only real advantages were their wits, their endurance, and most importantly, each other. Their journey across the ash was a testament to this shared will to live. They were likely moving from one patch of forest to another, seeking food, water, or safer shelter. Every step was a calculation of risk and reward. The footprints show they walked close together, a single, cohesive unit against a hostile world. The larger male's prints are consistently at the front, perhaps breaking the path or watching for danger. The smaller individuals followed in his wake, their steps sometimes even falling into his, a clever way to conserve energy. This wasn't just a random group of individuals, it was a social unit, a proto-family or clan bound by a shared need to endure. Their desire wasn't just to live, but to live together. But their path was fraught with conflict, both from the world around them and within their own limitations. The volcanic ash that preserved their story was also a danger. It was slippery, and a fall could mean injury, which in this world often meant death. At one point in the trail, the prints become a little jumbled, less uniform. It's possible one of them slipped, or that the group paused, reacting to a sound or a threat on the horizon. Can you imagine the tension? The constant state of alert, where every rustle in the grass could signal a predator? This is where the story gets even more profound. The footprints don't just show us how they walked, they show us how they cared. The prints of the juvenile are nestled securely within the tracks of the adults. They weren't lagging behind or left to fend for themselves. They were protected, shielded by the larger bodies of the group. This simple act of position is one of the earliest pieces of evidence we have for protective, nurturing behavior in our lineage. The conflict wasn't just man versus nature, it was fragility versus community. And in this ancient scene, community was winning. They faced the constant threat of extinction, not with claws or fangs, but with cooperation. The journey through the ash fundamentally changed how we understand our own origins. For a long time, the prevailing theory was that our ancestors were driven by competition and aggression. But the Laetoli footprints paint a different picture, one of empathy and altruism. Using advanced 3D scanning technology, researchers have analyzed every minute detail of these prints. They can measure the depth, the pressure distribution, and the subtle variations in each step. This has revealed that the largest male was unusually big for his species, suggesting he may have been a particularly dominant and protective figure. But it ain't the way the group moves as one that truly marks a change in our understanding. They are a social unit in motion. This tells us that the foundations of human society, cooperation, family bonds, and protecting the vulnerable, are not recent inventions. They are ancient instincts, forged in the crucible of survival 3.6 million years ago. These hominins were learning from each other, adapting their behavior, and ensuring the group's survival over individual gain. The trail they left wasn't just physical, it was cultural. It was the birth of a strategy that would ultimately allow our lineage to outlast countless other species and eventually populate the entire planet. The strategy of sticking together. And so, what is the result of this ancient muddy walk? The result is us. We are the descendants of those who chose cooperation over isolation, who understood that strength wasn't just in the individual, but in the group. Those footprints, hardened into rock, are a direct link to our deepest, most essential human qualities. They are a monument to our resilience, our capacity for empathy, and our instinct to protect one another. When we look at those ancient tracks, we are looking into a mirror that reflects 3.6 million years of history. We see the first steps of a journey that is still unfolding. Every time we help a friend, teach a child, or stand up for someone in need, we are walking in their footsteps. We are honoring that ancient legacy. From the volcanic plains of prehistoric Africa to the bustling cities of the 21st century, the fundamental truth remains the same. Humanity's greatest survival skill was, and always will be, each other. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, please hit that like button, subscribe for more adventures into our shared past, and let us know in the comments what you think these ancient footprints tell us about ourselves. We'll see you in the next one.